I have built a 9-acre garden with some of the most exotic flowering trees and palms that I have collected over the last 20 years. Now I have hired a full-time zookeeper, Andrew, and we have built these large 16 by 8 foot reptile enclosures and have purchased some of the most exotic reptiles available. In this video, we are releasing some of these animals into their enclosures, and at the end of the video, I will show you our new giant Suriname Marine Toads. Let's take a look.
So we got a special treat here. Our friend Justin Equalata has hooked us up with a pair of sub-adult Cayman lizards. In South America, where these guys are found, they have all sorts of cool habits in the wild, from climbing and swimming and digging, all sorts of cool stuff. So you can see Jesse and KJ set it up to where they can climb above the water. And in the wild, that's the perfect place for them to be, because if something threatening comes up, they want to elude the predator, they dive right underneath the surface and they get away. Also, all their favorite foods hang out in the water: snails, small fish, crustaceans, and things like that. So they really do enjoy being above the water, in the water, around the water. So we kind of base this exhibit off of their natural behavior. So they just had a long car ride. He's probably exhausted from trying to break out of the bag for the last 4 hours. So we'll just kind of introduce them and let them do their thing. We'll leave them alone for a few days and let them acclimate. And we've got one more. Go ahead, Jesse. You can introduce him. And Justin taught me how to sex them. So we're ever like, which one's which? He showed me how there's like some scales by the cloaca that you can determine male from female. And I can't see them on this lizard. So this presumably is the female and that is the male over there. Awesome. Gorgeous. Yeah, they're so good looking. These were the best two that they had over there. And I'm glad we got them. They're definitely going to enjoy the outdoors now, get all that UV. And we'll try to keep it interesting for them. We've got ponds that are loaded with snails, and we can, put enrichment in the water, let them swim their food up, and display a bunch of natural behaviors. You don't play around with a lace monitor. You gotta do everything the right way. So what we're gonna do is kind of prop the bin open. We're gonna let him come out into his new enclosure on his own terms. I'm not gonna go in there and neck him or go in there and try to get hands on him right now, because he's very stressed out. He just got binned and put in a car for 4 hours. So the best thing we can do for him is leave him alone. So we're gonna open the top, and he may bolt out and bounce off the walls like lightning. He may come out in 2 hours. We have no idea, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so let's see how he's feeling after a car ride like that. Wow, look at that. What a beautiful monitor lizard. He's using his senses, he's flicking his tongue. We'll see if he makes a nervous entry or a calm one here. But like I said, we're gonna let him do his own thing and let him acclimate for 3 days before we even come in here and offer food, offer training, anything like that. It's important that you let a new animal acclimate, no matter what it is. Oh, he's ready. Oh, he's coming out on his up. Here he goes. All right, he got himself a little beat up. Yeah. Let's just leave him alone. Yep. So we got our Croc monitor in his new exhibit here. He bolted out of the box, opposite of the last couple animals, but, he's anxious, he's nervous. He's not being mean and tried to attack us at all. He just spent the last 4 hours in the car trying to escape that bin. So he kind of rubbed up on his nose a bit. So we want that little artificial, superficial injury to kind of heal up. It's pretty typical, especially unboxing a Croc monitor, that they get a little bit of beat up in the box, especially with the plastic totes. So we'll give him a few days. That'll heal up. He'll look brand new. And then we'll get some nice close-up footage for you. But he is in his new enclosure. And we're going to give him a few days to kind of settle in, just like everybody else. And we'll give you guys an update. One of the last unboxings of the day, we do have a black dragon in here. This is going to be his temporary enclosure. He's getting a big 16-footer like all the other lizards you saw today. But just for now, while we're in the construction phases still, he's going to go in here. So he's a little nervous probably. I heard him trying to break his way out. So water monitors can be very flighty. So we'll see how he's feeling. We've had about 50-50 for calm and crazy with releases today. So there's a good look at him. Beautiful black dragon. He's very confused. These aliens just stole him. A lot younger than the other monitors we picked up today. So he still has lots of room to grow. We're going to be focusing a lot of our time training this lizard as well in order to get him desensitized to just being around people, hanging out with us, tong training, target training, all that kind of stuff. So for now, he'll be in here, but soon you'll see him growing in a nice big outdoor exhibit. You can see he's got some stuck skin on him, and he'll be able to get inside his water bowl completely the way he is right now. So he'll be able to get a lot of that stuck skin off, rehydrate himself. Lizards do constantly shed their skin, so it's not like a snake where it's like one big, clean, pretty piece. As they grow, lizards just constantly have that on them. So he'll rehydrate, he'll get in the water and soak, and he'll look like another animal soon. This is one of the Dwarf Caiman that we've acquired, and he is about 3 feet long, but he can get another 1.5 feet, and our friend Jesse here has seen them at 5 feet long even, so they can get significantly bigger. But this is Paleosuchus trigonatus, one of the dwarf caiman species. And right now he's covered in algae and all sorts of stuff, but next week after he settles in a little bit, we'll give him a good scrub down, we'll clean him up, and you'll see his true colors. Right now, you're just kind of seeing the remnants of the green water he was in, but soon you'll be able to see they're actually very pretty. So one of the difference between the trigonatus and the palpebrosus is just how sharp they are. So all these scutes on the back of the neck, they're extremely sharp. If you're holding him the wrong way and he thrashes and pinches your finger, it'll cut you open. On top of the tail, these scutes are extremely sharp too. And then you've got a different shape of the head. The trigonatus has like a very triangular, bony head with taller ears and bigger eyes, whereas the Paleosuchus palpebrosus, they're more smooth, and they don't have all those sharp, osteoderms and scales on them. But they're very similar. They're both dwarf caiman, but just by seeing them all the time, you can tell just some of the physical differences right there. As far as personality goes, people always say the trigs are a little nastier, but it really just depends on the animal, how they were raised, where they came from. Okay, so we've got a young adult Paleosuchus palpebrosus, or dwarf caiman. They are beautiful. You can see the speckling on the bottom jaw, really nice colors on the tail and on the belly on this one. And we're really looking forward to adding this guy to our reptile sanctuary here. You can get a cool look at that wedged head and just all the beautiful markings on this animal. We'll give him a couple days to acclimate, and then we're gonna get some food in him because he could use it.
After everything has been acclimated for 3 days, it is now time to try to feed the animals.
This guy arrived Saturday evening, and today's Wednesday evening, so we gave him some time to settle in. And you can tell he's a bit nervous. I wouldn't corner him too closely. We want him to feel comfortable. We have a piece of food. He's either going to ignore us, freak out, or eat it. There's only 3 options. So you could show it to him. Just approach nice and slow. He sees it. He's smelling it with his tongue. He's very interested. Now, he does not trust me, you could tell. So if he decides, I don't want to eat it off the tongs, I'll put it away and we'll try again tomorrow. You don't want to just leave food and reinforce that bad habit of them getting in the routine of, oh, if I ignore these guys, they leave the food and I get to eat on my own terms. So he has to learn to eat off the tongs, which the first session, I don't expect much. But, you know, he did show a bit of interest right there. So we'll just kind of see if he wants to take it off the tongs. If not, we'll try again in a day or two. There he goes. Nice piece of tilapia right off the tongs. And we'll kind of back away a little bit so he knows we're not here to take his food. We're not here to catch him or trick him. We want to let him feel comfortable. So the best thing we could do right now, because that is a huge step of attempt number 1, he's eating off the tongs. The best thing we could do now is back off and leave him alone. That was an amazing first session. You keep it short and sweet, and you can see he's gonna swallow that fillet just completely whole right there. Yep, and we'll end it on a good note. We didn't bother him, we didn't scare him, we walk out. He learns that we're not here to hurt him, and every time he gains a little bit more trust with us working with him, and within, you know, I would say a month, we're gonna have him very well trained. And he did a pretty good job for his first session. And we'll just try to be consistent. We use the same red bucket every time. You could tell he does not trust us yet. He's nervous, but just take some time. He'll come around. But that was really good first session. We want to be consistent with the training. So we want to use, you know, the same red bucket every time. That way he knows, okay, it's feeding time. You know, we want to make it as comfortable for him as possible. So he doesn't trust us yet. You could tell he's defensive right now, but you know, that's going to change with some time.
Now let's see if the Crocodile Monitor wants to eat.
He definitely smells the food. So we want to kind of do the same thing with him. We want to not be intrusive, start and end on good terms. We don't want to corner him. Offer him food off the tongs. If he wants it, he takes it and we leave. If he doesn't want it, we take the food with us and we leave and we try again tomorrow. So he's very curious. I ripped open a piece of tilapia and he smells it because he came down from the tree and he's smelling all over the place. So we'll see how this goes. And we'll see if we use this up here as like a feeding station. So we'll condition him to eat up here and not by the door, so he doesn't try to run at the door, for example, when we come in here. So same deal as before. We show him we have some food. We'll see if he has any interest in it. Beautiful, right off the tongs. And then we'll just kind of get out of his way, nice and slow. And that'll show him that we're not here to hurt him. We're not here to punk him. We just want to offer food and be on good terms, and that's it.
I will be feeding the Croc Monitor once we receive our 3-foot-long tongs. Now let's take a look at the blackthroat.
Wow, you're hungry, huh? Been a whole 3 days, 2 days. Hey, make that food look like nothing. Yeah, that little tiny skin fold right there is exactly what you want to see for a healthy body condition. And the crease in the tail, you know, if you get them really fat, you won't see either of those things, and then really put their health in jeopardy. But
Whoop.
no, you're right.
Okay.
He'll smell them and realize it's not food. And I have fish juice on my shoes, so he'll probably try to bite them. And then he'll realize, like, oh, that's not a fish. He's like all sorts of smells on there. He smells dog, cat. He's so smart. He went right for my pocket where the fish wrappers are.
This right here is the giant Suriname marine toad, Rhinella marinus. And it's from South America. The name is a misnomer. It is called the marine toad because they originally thought it could live in salt water, which is false. It is a freshwater toad living in forests of South America, and the region of Suriname has the biggest ones. This is the largest of all toads, growing 10 to 15 inches in length, and they live 10 to 12 years. Hopefully this guy's not that old. I made this enclosure for him. This right here are the poison glands. These are the poison glands. If a larger animal chews down on them, they'll secrete a poison. We just got these in the other night, and these are the enclosures I made for him. I think we'll upgrade them to a larger enclosure. So this right here is a 120-gallon enclosure. I put 4 inches of substrate in the bottom, my Canadian peat and corn mix. I did a couple of different hides. I got a cement block. I got 2 of these toads, and you can see both of them. Both of them are in their hides. They're in there like 23 hours a day. Well, I don't know what they do at night. I'm sure they're more active at night. This right here is their food dish. I put in here superworms, and I also put in here pinkies. And I also feed crickets. We have a couple of water dishes over here. I got one that's a little bit deeper than the other. I think it's important that can go in there and they can soak, but it's not so deep they would need to swim because they're not great swimmers. We will see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe.